Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. About 5 years ago, I was dancing and walking and talking all at the same time in my house and just getting it, kind of working it through. Uh, Maybe it was 5 years ago, probably four, because I was just healing from a head injury. And then suddenly I got really weak and just dropped to the floor. I went to the hospital because they thought it was my heart. I have an AFib, and so they thought maybe that was what was going on. And they went through all the tests and did all the stuff, and I stayed and, you know, went through everything. And then about a week later, I went to my doctor, who was my new doctor, and she looked at everything and she came in and said, "Has anyone ever tested you for asthma?" I said, "No, I don't have asthma." She said, "Has anyone ever tested you for asthma?" I said, "No, I don't have asthma." She said, "Let me ask this another way. Have you ever taken a test for asthma?" I was like, "No." They do the test, the asthma test. And I'm going to tell you right now, I couldn't even get through the test. I passed out again. I have severe adult onset asthma. And I say adult onset because that's when it was diagnosed. But if truth be told, I probably had asthma since I was a child. We couldn't afford a test. Nobody did a test. Nobody bothered to take a test. And in all of these years, no one tested for asthma. And it's pretty severe. Um, I do treatments and do what I need to do, and I do some other things that are natural, that are very helpful. Asthma doesn't look like people think it looks like. What most people think it looks like is an anxiety attack. Asthma doesn't look like that, and it surely doesn't act like that for me. It had been there lying dormant, and I was doing the best that I could do pushing through it, but it was there all along. A few days ago, I made a mask and I posted a picture of it on my other page for some friends. And from far away, it's a beautiful mask, it's a beautiful print. It's a print that I made on some fabric. If you get up closer, you can see these feet, and it is an artist's rendition of the inside of a slave ship. Why would I make a mask or fabric like that? Actually, I made this fabric as a lining for the inside of a jacket that I have. Um, it's not a reminder. I don't need to be reminded. I know the truth that my ancestors were shackled and stuffed and crowded in to a ship and brought from Africa to the Americas. And they were piled in there that way because it was known logistics were run, and it was a known thing that many were going to die on the way over, but many more were going to die walking from wherever they landed to their plantations. Because if you landed in Virginia and you were working in Alabama, you walked, and many died on the way. Someone commented, "Stop picking the scab." Someone else said, "We were all getting along and doing well until Obama came in, and he did exactly what he came to do, which was to stir up the race stuff, but everything was fine before then." Nothing was fine. It was lying dormant, waiting for a moment to take us all out, because we're not paying attention to the symptoms and the signs. And just because those whose ancestors were shackled and brought here, because you don't know them, you don't have relations with them, you don't talk to them to really know how bad it is. You can't understand the symptoms. You don't recognize the signs. But unlike asthma, racism is contagious. It affects us all. The policies and procedures and things that have been put in place as a result. If you don't know the origin and you don't know the history, because it's really honestly never truly been taught, if you don't know it, you're looking for the wrong signs. You're looking for somebody panting hard when really it feels like drowning. I can come here each morning and be hopeful about our future and give joy because I know the truth. Because I've looked at what it really is and have looked for ways and am doing the work towards healing. There are others who say, oh, you're just too joyful and too hopeful and love is good, but love is an action. This is my action. And I really suggest to you that before you think that this is some pantsy, oh, can't we all get along thing, I suggest to you that you get up one morning and try it. This is not nothing. That you all get up and you listen and you apply it and you put it in your own heart and you say, how can I be better? Love is not nothing. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. And until we truly apply it, you haven't done it. And I can do it because I know both things. I know the truth, but I also know the remedy. And you can't get through this thing without both. You may not want to look at it closely, but we need to. And when we look at it closely, we find the breadcrumbs that the ancestors have left us along the way. Ahimsa. As Gandhi talked about it, it's not, he said he wished he had never used the word non with non-violence. It's not non-anything. It's very active. It's very progressive. It's very consistent. It looks like love. And if you've never really had love, it's hard to know what that looks like. It's hard to understand that this is not nothing. It's like being able to breathe when you couldn't. And so those on either end of the spectrum, one that says, stop talking about it, and the other says, you ain't doing nothing. Pick up a book and then love. The combination is oh so powerful. And it's working. I love you.